And I've built up probably the maximum amount of pressure. Knight, queen, rook, rook. I've got 4 pieces on this. Knight takes, queen takes, rook takes. But then rook, and then this pawn is hanging because this bishop can take that. So if rook f8, everything comes off. Rook takes, well, not like that. Rook takes, king takes. King is here, and then bishop can come here. So if I do that, I am 2 pawns up. In this video, I'm going to play Beth Harmon at age 15. Let's go knight f3. Knight c6. So she's planning to go e5. So I think I should stop that. Now I can go d4 or I can go g3. Let's go d4. d5. Now I'll go g3. This is the setup I recommend. You want to get your king safe as soon as possible. So knight, pawn, then the bishop comes out, and then you can castle. Knight b4, cool move. Both knight and bishop actually come in here. So if I castle, she's going to take this, attacking the rook. So now I can play knight a3. Now I'm not worried that my knight is misplaced on this side of the board because I can kick it away. So I'll castle first. Now I can go c3. Knight a6. Pretty creative putting the knight here. So she's age 15 and playing some pretty creative moves. The idea is that she can go c5 and there's a knight supporting it. Now I can move the knight back to b1, or it can go to c2. e1 to d3 to e5. That is a route. It's a long route. I wonder if it's worth doing. I'm going to get the bishop out first. c6. By the way, taking here wasn't a threat because I've queen a4 check. So then I can take back with the queen. But now she's threatening to play bishop takes a3, doubling my pawns. So I'm going to play knight c2. I'm going to go for this creative journey. Bishop e4, knight e1. Bishop d6. Wow. Okay. So maybe she should be getting this piece out. Then she can castle. Now putting a question to the bishop. Now do I want to trade? Well, if I don't trade, I could keep it, retaining more tension in the position. I could go knight d3, then take with a knight. You know what? That's creative. Let's try that. Knight d3. Take with a knight. Now this knight, it could come here. So that's why I thought knight f6 was better, just to stop it. Now g5, so aggressive. If I go knight h5, bishop g6, my knight is actually trapped, so I'm going to come back here. Bishop f5, so she's just retreating. The bishop was well placed here. How to continue? Maybe b4, a4, get space on this side of the board. Punish the knight. I think I will do that, yeah. These 2 pawns clamp down on this square. Everything is clamping down on this. There's no break. Really, she should be getting the knight out and then castling. Let's go a4. Get space. Knight c7. Cool. Now, where do the pieces belong? Where do the knights belong? Knight can go here to here to here. I could just put that one in straight away. Rook e1 and e4 is not possible at the moment. Questions. I think I'll go knight c5. g4. Now, with this move, I can actually put my knight on the side. But I think knight d2 is better. The reason it's better is because now, knight, bishop, and pawn, we want to break open the center. It's move 17 now. I've moved every piece. I've moved almost every piece. b6. The knight can just come back. I can actually go e4. Because if I go e4, I take this one. Yeah, but it just takes back. What are you talking about? Check, knight e7. e4, take, check, knight e7, take. Get a pawn back. Yeah, but this pawn is pretty weak. I could go f3, break it up. You know what? I'm going to go for that. That looks creative. Take, cool. Now I can bring this knight back, which was the idea. Now this bishop is very much alive. It'd be nice if this pawn was back here, because then that won't be a target. Now I've got a lot of pressure. I'm very pleased with my position. I could go f3, because look, this rook is actually on the same line. Let's go f3. Take. Now I can take with the queen. Very dangerous. Queen, rook on the same line. It's like she can't even move this knight because you need this knight defending it. So I can go g4. g5 is just so dangerous. Knight c4. Rerouting here, put a question to the bishop. Yeah, chess. You see, the problem in chess is there are just so many options, even when you have a good position. But I'd rather have a good position with lots of options than a bad position with no options. Or a bad position with options, but they're all bad. That sucks. Rook f2, rook f1. Maybe double rooks. Trying to get Alekhine's gun in. Rook f1. Then I've got rook, rook, queen on the same line. Now if rook f1, knight g4. So I might go h3, then g4. This is actually a little bit annoying, so I'm going to take a move out. I'm going to take a breather. Knight d5, fair enough. Here and here, also coming to protect. So let's go rook f1. I've used Alekhine's gun against Beth Harmon, so that's pretty cool. Rook, rook, queen on the same line. Now g4 forces this bishop to move, and I think that's good. So let's do that. Might take, and I'll take with the knight. And I've built up probably the maximum amount of pressure. Knight, queen, rook, rook. I've got 4 pieces on this. So I probably can take. Knight takes. Knight takes, knight takes, queen takes, rook takes. But then rook, and then this pawn is hanging because this bishop can take that. So if rook f8, everything comes off. Rook takes, well, not like that. Rook takes, king takes. King is here, and then bishop can come here. So if I do that, I am 2 pawns up with a completely winning endgame. Should I go for that? Yes. Knight takes f6. Queen takes, check. Knight takes. Rook takes. Rook f8, cool. I can actually keep the pressure, I can take that. But if I take and then take, but then knight c4, you see, that's the problem. I am 2 pawns up, the knight can come here, so let's have a think. Let's calculate this again. The rooks come off. The king is here. I go bishop here. Knight c4, and can the knight cause some damage? A little bit. I think I need to change my mind. So I might go rook e6 instead. So if rook e6, maybe the rooks come off. And then I can win a 3rd pawn. That might be even stronger, so let's go for that. The rooks come off. It's important to take with the king, then the bishop still faces this pawn. Might check me. Now, do I just go king back or king in the center? If king here, he can go rook e8, but then the rooks come off, and then I can play this, completely winning. So my king belongs in the center. Knight c4, fair enough. Now I can take this. He's got nothing. I could go check, then actually get this one, which might be juicier. If I take with the bishop, then the bishop can come back attacking the knight. Okay. So if take, if rook here, bishop back, king f7, then rook c6 discover check. King moves wherever, then rook takes rook. Let's try that. Take. Rook f6, but this just swaps off pieces, so we're good. Now, do I want to swap? I can go check and then bring the bishop back. That might be more effective. Yes, let's go check. King f8, and I'm glad I didn't swap because now I can take something. Ah, my bishop's hanging. That was silly. I can go rook c7. That was lucky to defend it. probably the only move that doesn't lose. Or bishop here. But then I lose the rook. So rook c7. Yeah, that was silly. Alright, let's go here. Knight b2. Good thing is, doesn't actually do anything. Bishop's defending it. Now I can go d5. Then I cement this bishop. Then I can use the rook to take something. He might go rook here, but then I can take that one. So d5 it is. Rook h6, fair enough. Rook h6 is a good move. It's a double attack. It's a double purpose move, I mean. You attack me and you defend you. But this rook can come here. So I can take and push. Do it. And now this can become a queen soon. Rook takes c3. Check and d7 is a nice tactic because it forces promotion. Check, king comes forward, doesn't matter. Then the pawn pushes. I give up the bishop and then I get a queen. Check. Push. Check, doesn't matter. This is what I call a spite check. It's a check that doesn't do anything. King can go anywhere. I think I want to hide here. So let's go here. Check. Let's hide. Check. Hide. There's always shelter. I could go here, then save the bishop. That might be even better. But let's just hide here. Now he goes there, okay. I get a queen and then that's it. Winning. Take, take. Rook up, let's finish it off. 2 against 1, I can push, create a pass pawn. I could go for a mating net. g5, lock him in. Knight e5, let's go bishop here. h6. Push, I think. g6. Yeah, let's just push. Take, but then I take and then win everything. Check, and then take. Okay, let's get rid of that one. And now let's checkmate. So gonna play rook here because this rook cuts off the king. Now the king cannot cross the border. So I can just push both pawns. I can get 2 queens really. Push, 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 push. So it's okay that he took the rook. Now he can never take the queen because this queen guards this. So push, 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 push. Now 2 queens and now the king is actually on the back row. So I can actually play 2 moves. I can go queen here. So then this queen covers the entire back, or I can go here. You can see a nice triangle being formed. Or I could go here, then the queen covers the back, and then the other queen can go here. So there's so many ways to have 2 major pieces, queen or rook, just cutting off the king. So let's go for this one. Because the queen cuts it off this way, and now I can go for this one. The queen goes here, and then this queen checkmates the king. Queen on the back, queen on the second row, and the king cannot go anywhere.